This is the Express Water RO5DX, a 5-stage reverse osmosis system with a dedicated faucet and a pressurized tank. My honest first impression when I got it set up under the sink was how straightforward it felt for a full RO setup. The frame is compact, the housings feel sturdy, and the color-coded tubing takes most of the guesswork out. I didn't need a plumber. I used the included feed adapter, drain saddle, and the quick connects clicked in with a satisfying seat. I did drill a hole for the faucet since my sink didn't have a spare knockout, but if your sink has a soap dispenser hole, that's an easy win. From my experience, total install time was about 2 hours taking it slow, including flushing the filters and membrane. My incoming pressure sits right around 55 psi, which is within the 40 to 80 psi the system expects, so I didn't need a booster pump or regulator. If your house runs below 40 psi, a booster pump will make a big difference for speed and quality. Over 80 psi, use a regulator to protect the tubing and seals. Key features that stood out to me are the 5-stage stack, the 50 GPD membrane, and NSF ANSI 58 certification. NSF 58 matters because it verifies reduced total dissolved solids, structural integrity, and that water contact materials are safe. The 4-gallon tank stores about 3.2 gallons of usable water. And the faucet is fast enough at 0.8 GPM while the tank is pressurized. The tank can sit upright or on its side, which helped me fit everything in a tight cabinet. There's also a little puck-style leak detector that swells and shuts off water if moisture is detected. I hope I never need it, but it's reassuring. Taste is where this system won me over. In my opinion, the coconut carbon post filter does real work in polishing the water. My tap had a faint chlorine smell before. After the flush, the smell and any aftertaste disappeared. Coffee is cleaner, iced tea looks clearer, and there's no metallic hint. I checked with a basic TDS meter before and after. My feed water averaged 210 to 230 ppm. After a proper flush, the RO5DX consistently delivered 8 to 12 ppm. And after a week of use, it stabilized around 6 to 9 ppm. TDS isn't everything, but it's a solid proxy for how the membrane is performing. If you're new to this, RO, or reverse osmosis, pushes water through a semi-permeable membrane that rejects most dissolved solids. GPD is gallons per day, the rated production, which depends on your pressure, temperature, and water quality. PSI is pressure. The drain ratio is how much wastewater it sends to the drain per gallon made. I measured roughly 2 to 1 at my pressure, which lines up with the published 1 to 1 to 3 to 1 range. I did notice a bit of gurgling in the drain line during the first day as the air cleared. That calmed down. One small snag: I had a faint hum that came and went when the tank was almost full, likely the automatic shutoff valve cycling. Reseating the tubing at the final post-carbon filter and making sure the check valve was snug solved it. Since then, it's been quiet. The faucet flow is snappy and fills a glass fast. If I fill a big stockpot or several carafes back to back, the tank pressure drops and you feel the slowdown. That's normal for any RO system. Recovery time is paced by the 50 GPD membrane. If you do a lot of high-volume batches every evening, you might consider a larger tank or managing your fill schedule. For day-to-day drinking, cooking, and coffee, it's smooth. Maintenance is simple, but it's the make-or-break part of owning RO. I swap the 3 pre-filters every 6 months to protect the membrane: sediment, granular activated carbon, and carbon block. If you have high sediment, iron, or a strong chlorine load, you might need to change them sooner. The system ships with an extra set of 4 filters for the first replacement cycle, which is great value because it gets you through that first year without hunting for parts. The membrane lasts much longer if you keep up with pre-filters. One design touch I appreciate is the inline flow restrictor. It's cleanable, so I don't have to buy a new restrictor when the membrane eventually needs replacing. If you're new, signs you need new pre-filters include a noticeable taste shift, chlorine odor returning, or TDS creeping up from its normal baseline. Build-wise, the unit is tidy. Dimensions are about 14 by 5 by 15 inches for the rack, so it's not a space hog. The hoses are standard 1/4 inch runs, and the kit includes adapters for common 3/8 and 1/2 inch under-sink connections. The included wrench makes filter swaps easy. It's certified to NSF 58 and has been on the market since 2014, which in my mind suggests a well-proven design. I've seen folks mount these in basements or garages and run a line up to the kitchen faucet or even the fridge. That works, but longer runs can slow delivery, and very long or uphill runs may need a small delivery pump. It's perfect for anyone on municipal water who hates chlorine taste, renters who can use an existing sinkhole without modifying the countertop, and homeowners who want reliable, certified filtration with a familiar faucet workflow. If you're on a private well, it still works well, but match it with a sediment pre-filter at the whole house level if your well water runs dirty. If your water pressure is low, plan on a booster pump from day one. If you're trying to be ultra water frugal, remember all RO creates some concentrate going down the drain. I accept the trade-off for the quality. From my experience, the RO5DX hits a sweet spot of price, performance, and ease. Installation was doable, the water quality is excellent, and the upkeep is predictable. The minor noises early on were fixable with basic checks. I like that I can eyeball the clear housings during filter swaps and that the tank orientation is flexible. I also appreciate that the system automatically shuts off when the tank is full, so it doesn't waste water endlessly. I'd recommend this for small to medium households that want better tasting water for drinking and cooking without committing to a complicated undersink build. If you have extremely low pressure, plan on the booster. If you're chasing the absolute fastest flow with no pauses while the tank refills, you might prefer a larger tank or a different approach. But for most kitchens, this is a practical, dependable upgrade. In conclusion, the Express Water RO5DX delivers what I expect from a good RO setup: certified performance, clean taste, manageable maintenance, and a user-friendly install. It's not magic. It still needs the right pressure and filter changes, but it's honest, capable, and in my kitchen, it's been a clear quality of life improvement. You can find detailed information about the Express Water RO5DX reverse osmosis filtration NSF certified 5-stage RO system with faucet and tank in the comments section. See you in the next video.